People are pondering as to why does Meghan Markle do this every single time? Is there a true reason behind this? And more importantly, as we often say here on the show, really, why would you lie so openly on camera on international television? What's the true story, as ever, behind Meghan's latest strange outburst? Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to see you, and as ever, thank you so much for your company. By the way, I want to thank you for your very kind comments about the free clothes video we did. If you haven't seen it already, do check it out. Fascinating stuff, as I say, about how exactly retail works in the 21st century. Strange times, aren't they, Seemingly, the good people who want to pay for things are treated the worst, while the other ones, well, as ever, seemingly get away with it. It's the particular case, of course, with this particular story regarding the ex-royal, the Duchess of Sussex, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle. Now, a lot of people were kind of shocked, the soft light focusing, the fact that it wasn't filmed in her own home says a lot, because while they're wanting to keep their privacy, then they don't mind invading someone else's privacy by detailing their own privacy being invaded. I hope you keep, But what was really interesting, and what we always found fascinating about Meghan, is a contradiction of lies. If you remember, she claimed in that very, very first sit-down interview with the BBC, she didn't know much about the British monarchy. And then, of course, friends came out and said, absolute poppycock. She'd already sat down for endless hours, re-watching the wedding of Princess Diana and the then Prince Charles. Fascinating stuff, as you can imagine. But it was this particular outburst that Meghan came up with in this latest video that really had a lot of people perplexed. So I thought I'd explain the reasons behind this. If you recall, Meghan said that when she was driving along on that 15-minute drive to her wedding at St. George's Chapel in Windsor, her and her mother, Doria, sat in that beautiful Rolls Royce, the one that had been in the family for many years. What an honour and a privilege to have that. Well, when they were driving along, they couldn't believe the crowds. But it wasn't that the fact that there were so many people, and she was honoured and thrilled by the fact that these people were waiting hours to catch a glimpse of this beautiful bride on the way to marry her prince. Oh no, she just didn't understand it. Why did nobody tell her that the crowds would be there? Well, of course we know that's a contradiction, and we know it's a lie because she's watched videos of Princess Diana. So what does she expect? Empty streets? Would she have been happier with that? No. The reason why she says this is a typical thing, and it's very, very sort of media, if you like. When the media train you, what you've got to do is say something contradictory so that basically that gets picked up by the press and it gets repeated. So to explain it in simple terms, everybody will say, what do you mean Meghan didn't understand there were going to be crowds lining to see her? Do you get the picture? So by being dumb, by playing the dumb blonde, for want of a better phrase, she gets picked up by the media, and that story can go on and on and on. And that was truly the background to the curtsy story. Of course she knew what to do, but by mocking it, by highlighting it and saying, I didn't even know I was going to be meeting the Queen until minutes before, absolute rubbish. But it gets people talking about you, your product, and it's one of those things that get picked up for many years to come. And of course has been very, very thoroughly media trained and knows exactly the correct buttons to make sure that she remains on the front pages for days to come. So if you're pondering, did she truly know about the lining crowds and the waving and the 15-minute drive? Absolutely. Why did she say it? We've just told you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.